So a student of mine recently came to me and said he was struggling to learn his chords. This was due to him using something called massed practice. And in this lesson, you'll learn what he used to help him remember more effectively. So the common belief when it comes to practicing is that you repeat the same thing over and over again. For hours and hours on end, you will eventually learn how to do it. Now, that is possible and it does work, but it takes an awfully long time. And if you're busy, you don't have time to spend wasting on hours and hours of massed practice. So let me teach you something a little bit harder, but it's a lot faster. So this will be probably one of the longest lessons in this entire course, but it is also really cool. So, to start off with, when you're learning your progression, say this one that I'm playing now, you start off with doing 2 chords at a time. So for example, E minor, followed by C, and repeat that 3 times. So once you've done that, what you'll do next is go on to the next chord in the sequence. Once you've done that 3 times. And you practice the second 2 chords, C and G, 3 times. Then after that, you go on to the third chord, and you do 2 chords at a time, 3 times, as always. And then finally back to the beginning again. So the idea is that you start with the first 2, then you go 2 to 3, then 3 to 4. So then you move on to 3 chords at a time, like so. Minor C, G. Then you would repeat this once again 3 times. Which I've sped up here for time saving. Once you're comfortable with that, then you would go on to the next chord, which in this instance is C, then G, then D. And repeated one more time. And then it's finally time to move on to the last 3 chords. G, D, then back to E minor again. Once again, repeated 3 times. And then finally, what you would do is you would do 4 chords in a row. So in this instance, it's all 4 chords. But after you've done those 4 chords, you would start from the second chord in the process again. So C, G, D, E minor. And then you would do the same thing again, but 1 chord later. G, D, E minor, C. And then finally, D, E minor, then C, then G. Now when I first started doing this, I was incredibly confused. So to help me, I wrote a little guide telling me when to change and when not to, and which one to use. So here is the process again based on these 4 chords. And before you move to the next lesson, what I want you to do, go back into your musician's notebook and fill in the same information with your chord progression. Take your time, slow down, you'll do it. See you in the next video.